The 60s were lit with iconic bands like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and the Beach Boys. But what about those groups that ruled the charts and then just ghosted? From smash hits to total obscurity, these 10 bands were once everywhere, but now they're just echoes of a bygone time. Number 10. The Turtles. They dropped Happy Together and were chart kings in '67, with a vibe that totally captured the moment. But as music styles changed and drama within the group kicked in, they faded away, becoming just a sweet memory of a fleeting moment. Number 9. The Tremolos are best known for their catchy hit, Here Comes My Baby, which defined their signature sound in the 1960s pop music scene. This British band, formed early in the decade, enjoyed success with upbeat bubblegum pop singles. However, as the late 60s brought darker themes in rock music, with bands like The Doors and the Rolling Stones leading the way, the Tremolos' playful style began to feel out of place. Their bubblegum pop struggled to resonate with audiences drawn to edgier sounds, leading to a decline in popularity. Number 8. The Grassroots were a key part of the 1960s music scene, celebrated for their catchy melodies and relatable lyrics, with hits like Midnight Confessions earning them significant radio play. Their harmonious blend of pop and rock made them a staple of the era. However, as the late 1960s brought a shift towards heavier rock bands like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, the Grassroots struggled to maintain relevance. Their once popular sound faded as audiences gravitated towards edgier styles, leading to a decline in their prominence by the 1970s. Despite this, the Grassroots left a lasting impact on the pop rock genre, with their memorable hooks and lyrics still resonating with fans today, marking their contributions as a cherished part of rock history. Number 7. Paul Revere and the Raiders epitomized the mid-1960s music scene with their energetic performances and catchy hits like Kicks, resonating with youth and establishing a pop culture presence through shows like Where the Action Is. However, as psychedelic rock emerged, their polished sound and colonial image felt outdated compared to the experimental styles of bands like the Beatles and the Doors. This inability to adapt led to a decline in their popularity by the late 1960s, overshadowing their contributions to music. Their story highlights how quickly musical trends can change, leaving even beloved acts struggling to keep up. Number 6. The Zombies made a notable impact on the music scene with their iconic track Time of the Season and the acclaimed album Odyssey and Oracle, which blended psychedelic rock and baroque pop. Despite their innovative sound, they broke up early, missing the chance for a lasting legacy. While overshadowed by other bands, their haunting harmonies and intricate instrumentation set them apart, yet they never received the recognition they deserved. In hindsight, one can only wonder what groundbreaking albums they might have created together, as they remain a cult favorite often overlooked by the mainstream, highlighting how true genius can be forgotten in the music industry. Number 5. The Association. This crew, known for hits like Cherish and Wendy, captured the essence of late 60s pop with smooth melodies and catchy hooks. Cherish blended romantic themes with upbeat rhythms, while Wendy brought playful energy. However, as the 70s approached, rock music's rise, led by bands like Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones, marked a shift away from polished pop. The heavier guitar riffs and rebellious attitude of rock made the crew's smooth sound feel out of place, leading to a decline in their radio presence. By the 70s, their once popular style faded into the background, overshadowed by the bold sounds of the emerging rock era, marking a significant turning point in the music industry. Number 4. The Beau Brummels, a mid-1960s band, made a notable impact with their folk rock anthem, Laugh Laugh, in 1965. showcasing a unique blend of folk and rock that set them apart as pioneers in the genre. Their jangly guitars, harmonious vocals, and introspective lyrics resonated with youth, and they successfully fused these styles before bands like the Byrds popularized them. However, as the British invasion brought iconic bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, the Beau Brummels struggled to maintain their momentum amid intense competition. Despite their early success and continued efforts, they became overshadowed and largely overlooked in rock history. Their story highlights the fickle nature of the music industry, but their early work remains influential, and their pioneering spirit in blending folk and rock is still appreciated today. Number 3. The Lovin Spoonful was a defining band of the 1960s, celebrated for their catchy melodies and folk rock sound. Their hit, Do You Believe in Magic, 1965, resonated with a youthful audience, followed by chart toppers like Summer in the City, which became a summer anthem. As the decade progressed, the music scene shifted towards heavier rock and experimental sounds, with bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones leading the change. The Lovin Spoonful's laid-back style began to feel outdated, and internal tensions among band members further strained their creativity. By the late 60s, their popularity declined as they struggled to adapt to new trends. Despite this, their music remains cherished for its charm and nostalgia, evoking a simpler time in American pop culture. Number 2. The Box Tops burst onto the scene in the late 60s with their soulful bluesy rock sound, fronted by a young Alex Chilton. Their biggest hit, The Letter, topped the charts in 1967, delivering a punchy radio-perfect anthem that resonated with fans across the country. They followed up with other hits like Cry Like a Baby, showcasing their knack for catchy melodies and raw emotional delivery. But as the rock world evolved into the 70s, heavier and more experimental sounds took over. The Box Tops' polished, blue-eyed soul started feeling out of place next to the rising dominance of Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and the hard rock revolution. By 1970, they had disbanded, and Chilton moved on to a new chapter with the cult favorite band Big Star. Though their time at the top was brief, the Box Tops left behind a legacy of unforgettable melodies and a nostalgic sound that still echoes through classic rock playlists today. Number 1. The Yardbirds were a groundbreaking British rock band formed in 1963, known for launching the careers of iconic guitarists Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page. They played a pivotal role in shaping rock music with their electrifying live performances and innovative blend of blues, rock, and psychedelia. Hits like For Your Love, Heart Full of Soul, and Shapes of Things showcase their unique songwriting and musicianship. Despite their significant contributions, the Yardbirds are often overshadowed by the legends they helped create. Their willingness to push musical boundaries was instrumental in the evolution of rock music, influencing countless musicians and deserving recognition in the genre's history. Fame's a wild ride, right? One second you're killing it on the charts, and the next, you're just another dusty name in some old record pile. Want to dig up more hidden treasures? Hit up this next vid and explore the lost echoes from back in the day. Artists and actors, all mixed in there. Catch you there before they fade away for good.